Hello, welcome to the first video of this year. It is 2025. This is my goals video for the year, or maybe for the first 6 months, depending on how that goes. The last couple years, my goals, I've made like a mid update of the year video / things changing. So I'm going to kind of prepare for that I might need to make another like update video in July. So for right now, these are my goals for the year-ish. I did not look back on my 2 videos. I decided not to do that. But I do have this still up that I'm not fully going to go through in this video, but I'm going to take down the done stuff. And tell you of what is on here that we're keeping, and then go over the goals that I wrote down. So, but if you're new here, if this is the first video you're watching, my name is Dolores Medill. I am a spicy romance to regular romance writer in sci-fi, fantasy genre, or science fantasy. And I also write under the pen name Serapia Medill, which is an erotic romance pen name that also writes under other subgenres as long as it's erotic romance. Under Dolores, I also write poetry. So poetry and novel writing is under there. So that's who I am. If you're watching this and coming from the streaming channel or the long play channel, I do play games over there as well, and that will be continuing. We will talk about that. On here, we'll just start at writing, which you can't fully see the top of based off of the angle of this camera, and I'm not going to change the angle. But I had stuff for both the prequel of Project Blasphmay and Project Blasphmay 2. So we're taking off the prequel stuff that was done, being that I did stop in the middle of that and did not finish it because I was stressing over it. And then I'm also going to take down the parts that were done for book 2, mostly because I really don't want anything under the done. I want to be able to have that as a clean slate. So we're taking that stuff off as well. I also have a little tag here for Hunger's Desire for the chapters I need to write. I only wrote 1 chapter last quarter, so there's that. In the doing section, I have checkpoints for the prequel, which I'm going to leave. And then where I'm at, what like next point that I need to get to in the book, which are not really, again, I am a discovery writer. I do not have an outline. I have kind of like points that I know I need to hit or I want to hit in the story, which I sometimes call a skeleton outline. And that's what this is. This is just reminding me of, this is the next point that I really need to or want to get to. So I'm going to leave that there, which I am actually almost there. I will be able to put it up there soon. I have chapter 18 that I need to write. I don't know if I actually started it or not, but I need to write that. And then this gold one, actually, let me check real quick. Oh, yellow. The yellow one was for short reads, which I'm not doing this year. So we can take that out and take that out from here. I had a whole idea for this that I will be writing. It will no longer be a short reads. It will be probably novella. I'm going to cross it off of my list. I can now make yellow something else probably. But I'm not going to be doing any of those anyways this year. This year is going to be much more focused on just 2 projects. So the dark pink is poetry stuff. So editing the poem for the Journal of Nursing has been on here forever. I think it's just time for me to come to terms that I'm just never going to edit that. It was one of those poems where I verbally said it. I've looked at it. It's a jumbled mess I have to figure out. But it was a poem that needed to at least come out, and it went out into the universe, and that's all it needed to do. I'm never going to edit that back. I may in the future work on something to give to the nursing journal at some point, but right now, that is not a priority. This one is make a holiday poem of some kind. I'm going to keep this because this is going to tie into a goal for next year that I will talk about, that I will probably move into doing and then put something else here to help with the moving over. So there's that. My YouTube. I finished putting up the vlog for Project Blasphmay, which I will link up above. I sort of did all the shorts. Yeah, all the shorts for the writing 100K writing challenge. There's that. Those are over on the Snippets channel, which I will link also. They're in a playlist. It's sporadic. Let's just say that. Life was life this quarter. And then I did film the vlog for Hispanic Heritage Month and started. So I did those for that. This one is a secret project, which I did start that I can actually take down too. So there's that one. It's a secret project for the Uncut channel for long play for gaming video. I'm editing the Hispanic Heritage Month vlog. I still have to do that. This is for the secret project here. And then this one was something I was going to do, and then it's folded because I decided A, didn't have time, and B, I didn't want to do it anymore. So there is that one. And then here is just for more of the secret project, and then posting the Hispanic Heritage Month vlogs, which obviously I need to edit. So there's that. Social media. This last one, also, I still just am unsure of what to do for this. So I have all of these for scheduling posts for Hunter's Desire. That should have went up, but it didn't. Those are all can come down. I don't know if it was helpful or not to have it. What actually was helpful was me putting it in my Google Calendar, and when I would miss something or look at the calendar, be able to see, oh, I needed to do that. Because I am very bad at marketing. I'm very bad at scheduling or making things. I feel like I do it poorly, even though I try to copy or go off of vibes of other people. So there's that. I don't know if I want to keep this as a social media section for this Kanban board or change it to something else. I'm honestly not sure. But this one, which is something I was holding over that I decided I'm also not going to do anymore, and if I do, it will be sporadically of my choosing, which was voicing over some spicy poems that I have. For a little bit, I was doing that, and there is some on my Instagram, and I think on the Snippets channel too, where I read my poetry and then posted it. So this one's blank because I still don't know what I want to do with it. I feel like it's not helpful for social media, and I don't know what to put here, or if I should just leave it blank. I'm not sure. Or maybe I should just make this the poetry section, and this can just be novel writing and serialized writing, YouTube and poetry. Not sure. Let me know what you think down below. That's the Kanban board, mostly cleaned, because some of this will be going over. So one of my main goals for this fourth quarter had been to finish Project Blasphmay 2 at least. I did not do that. I got to about 25K something. And then obviously I didn't finish the prequel. I stopped because I was very anxious about word count. As I said previously, I am a discovery writer. And when I stream, I don't keep track of my word count. I celebrate people who put their word count in chat and tell them that it's amazing, because it is. But the knowledge of my word count and comparing it to other people is stressful and gives me anxiety that I'm doing something wrong or something wrong is happening. And that fed into that for the prequel. because I was very specific in wanting this to be either a short or no longer than a novella, I felt like I needed to cram things, not cram. There was specific points I needed to hit, and it was hindering my creativity process. I couldn't just let the story develop because I was paying attention to the word count so much and being like, is this where this needs to be? Or am I going over? Or is this too long because we're getting to this word count, and so on and so forth. So in the future, when I go back to the prequel, because I will be, I will be reading it over from what I have and then continue to write there, and I'm just going to write. If I go over I believe it's 40 something K, 40K is what I have as my last checkpoint on here. If I go over the 40K, that's fine. I will figure it out in editing if I can take things out. And if I can't, then it will just be a really small book. I don't know if there's an in-between the novella and a novel. I know there's something between novella and short story, which is a novelette, unless I'm putting it in backwards. But that is the plan for the prequel. So my goals with Project Blasphmay for this year is the prequel will be to finish it, because I want to put it out first, make it free for people buying book one, like a intro kind of thing for newsletters and all that stuff. So that will be that. And then finish book two. Now I'm still writing book two, so book two will be finished first before the prequel. But that is my goal. Finish book two. I'm not going to give myself a hard date deadline. I would like to finish it this month, because at the end of this month, at least, I should be starting school. I'm still trying to finalize some financial stuff with school. So hopefully by the end of this month, I'll be starting school. And if I can finish the book, that would be great. Because I'm much closer to finishing the prequel before I stopped. If I'm remembering correctly, which could be wrong, I could be remembering. We will be doing that. So finishing book two, rereading, and finishing book one. Then, whether my alpha readers have finished reading book one or not, I will be going back and rereading book one again. Hopefully sometime in the spring, and going through a second edit and taking what feedback I do have from what people have read so far and trying to incorporate it into this second draft. That is my plan. And then I may figure out somehow, some way to pay for one of the editing softwares. I usually have used Grammarly. I hear good things about Pro Writing Aid, but also they're really pushing into the AI, so I'm uncertain. If you have an editing software that you like, please recommend it to me down below. Primarily, I need something for sure that will help me with tense. It is something that my brain just does not function with. I don't know if it's a me thing or if it's a dyslexic thing, like my personal dyslexia, because everyone shows differently. But it is something that I have not had just one alpha reader say, but now two alpha readers point out that even when I know I'm writing in a tense that I think I'm comfortable with, I'm flipping back and forth. So, and I can't tell, which is the hard part. A lot of times I know people do this, and I've had multiple conversations with Bungle about this as they are reading Hunger's Desire for me. Lots of people go back and forth. The issue is that a lot of times people can still tell the difference, or if you point something out to them, they can tell the difference. I still cannot. And even after reading over Bungle's edits, I'm like, oh, that sounds great. And if I were, and I've done this before, I go and start writing a new chapter right after looking over their edits with the hope that my brain will be in the correct tense to now write. I will still go back and forth and not even notice I'm switching. If anything, the couple times I've done that, they've noticed that those chapters are more of a mess because it's like I'm fighting with my brain. So if you have something to recommend down below or you like a lot, please leave it down there. But we will be doing that because my goal, my big goal is to publish book 1, which will also be prequel, but book 1 in the 4th quarter. I'm not sure when, I'm just saying 4th quarter in general. I would really like to publish in the 4th quarter. It might be impossible, but I'm going to keep saying it and hope and then manifest that it's going to happen. So those are Project Blasphmay goals for the year. Second writing goals are with Hunger's Desire. So Hunger's Desire is a serial that I am writing and publishing currently right now. Bungle is my alpha/beta reader. They're kind of doing a lot of editing stuff for me with reading this story. And I am publishing on a monthly basis over on Ko-fi, and then for under a membership tier. And then over on Ream, Patreon, and Later Press, I am publishing on a bi-monthly. Wait, twice a month. I never know which one is the correct wording, I swear. Twice a month, every other week, over on those 3 channels until I catch up with Ko-fi, which we're getting close. Unless I can get Bungle to read a couple of chapters ahead of time, which I can't promise, being that we skipped December because holidays. We're getting close. Once we catch up, then I'll go back to a monthly posting because we post as quickly as Bungle can read. That is where that is. And then also, I have to write more chapters this year. So, my goal is to at least write 5 more chapters this year, if not more, being that I will be heavy into Project Blasphmay, and then again, I have school starting. So 5 is my goal. And then the second part is start nailing down ideas for Mia's story. So Mia is Sebastian's spawn or child, and it is going to be their story that's going to be a triad. So their story is going to take place after Sebastian's and Katya's story. And again, I'm not exactly sure when the serial will be done. I'm not expecting it to be extremely long. That one will finish, and hopefully I would have started writing some of Mia's story, because I'm not planning to finish Hunger Desire this year. It could happen. Hunger Desire started off as my what the fuck project. It was at a time where I was stressed and not anxious, but like unsure of what I was writing before it, and dealing with emotions and feeling guilty about where that story was headed, and enjoying writing sexual scenes and feeling like this is wrong or this is too far, and then finally embracing it. And I embraced it through Hunger's Desire, because how else can I go off the deep end than writing a book or a story that is an erotic romance about a succubus who is a sex demon and a vampire who exchanges food for sexual pleasure, and then they come together. And more is one. So, yeah, I really just fell way off the deep end, like way off. So, but it will be short. I'm not planning for this to be like 100 chapter serial. That's not my plan. Mia's story, I'm planning to do something similar where it's going to take place around a holiday. I kind of want it to be like spring or Valentine's-esque inspired, being that it will be right after Hunger's Desire, and Hunger's Desire takes place over Yule Fest, which is winter. And I'm still looking up, or not still, I still need to, which is part of why it says nailing down an idea. I need to find a holiday that I want to plan this around. I had some ideas in a previous video where I asked for suggestions. That gave me some suggestions, and then some places to go look for too. So that is what I will be doing. There is a third story in this series that definitely won't happen this year. That one might actually be my long serial, but that's not this year, so we won't talk about that anymore. Those are my Hunger Desire plans. My last writing goal has to do with poetry. So I want to still continue to submit as many times as I can to the Arizona Poetry Society's contests that they host. I think it's like quarterly. I believe it's quarterly, where they have a theme and you can write to theme. You can also publish or submit to contests for other things, but I like the themes. It gives me something to center around. So I need to go look at what these year's themes are. I already missed out in January's post because I was too busy with book 2 and then life. Try and submit to as many times as that. Maybe submit to some other contests if I can find any that I like. Not necessarily for the monetary value, but just to try and continue to put Dolores' name out there more. So I have that. And then also what ties into this one, the holiday, write something holiday, is I want to write more holiday themed poetry this year, with the hope that in the future I want to publish a holiday poetry collection that centers around here. Having holidays in the desert. When everybody thinks of a holiday, including myself, because this is what I grew up watching, you think about back east. You think about snow and ice. And then in spring for like Valentine's, maybe it's a little bit cold, but not always. Easter, you think of like beautiful rain and like growing things, and April showers bring May flowers kind of aspect, and like the perfect summers of the 4th of July. I want to show what holidays are here in the desert, here in southern Arizona, because you don't get that. I did write a poem that was Christmas themed, and that kind of is what ticked off this idea. And I submitted it for a contest and it didn't win. So that is my second idea for poetry. And this just gives me room to just write whenever. Maybe take a day of a break from Project Blasphmay or Hunger Desire or even my schoolwork, and throw on a holiday movie or throw on some holiday themed music and just write something holiday-esque. I don't know if it'll all be love stuff. I don't know if it will be angsty, whatever. It will just be holiday inspired poetry that will go in a collection in the future. So those are my 3 big things that I will be working on writing wise for the year and its subsequent thingamabobbies. Then on YouTube side. So my YouTube goals are going to be very similar to last year's. I'm going to continue posting once a month videos on the main channel. If it becomes too overwhelming with school, be prepared that I may cut it down to less than once a month. We might get a video every other month. So be prepared for that. Vlogs will be continuing to happen for events, which I do have at least 2 events for sure that I do plan to go to, that I plan to vlog for. So you will be getting those at some point in the year after I've gone. And then vlogs for whenever I feel like it. So like the vlog for Project Blasphmay I did in July. I vlogged because it was my first read through, the first time I started editing a book, and I really love Project Blasphmay 1, and I was so excited. So things like that. When I have the feeling, when something catches me, I will be doing those. Also, the Hispanic Heritage Month vlogs, I will also still be continuing to do. But that will happen at, towards the end of the year, because that's when that celebration is. And then the Latin book series that I have, I will keep doing it. I know it kind of fell apart this year for so many reasons. But I will be doing that. I'm going to be changing it a little bit, and that includes how it works on Ko-fi. So instead of it being a book club read-along kind of thing where you guys get to see my live reactions, because I'm not always good at doing that, over in Ko-fi, you will get the announcement first of what we're reading for the quarter, or what I'm going to be reading for the quarter, what's going to be in that video. I will vlog myself reading it, or do a review, depending on how quickly I consume the book. And then I will release the vlog or the video to Ko-fi members first, very early. It's not going to tie, unless I need it, it's not going to tie into my once a month video. It will be a bonus video, and that's how I'm going to do this. That's how I'm going to be able to get it to Ko-fi members early if I'm not tying it to a monthly post. So it will go to Ko-fi members early, and then after I've determined that it's been long enough, I will then post it for the public over on YouTube, and it will be a bonus video for whatever month it posts onto. That's how that's going to adjust, and that will help be less stressful, because it won't be a read-along book club. It will be a book club where I tell you what I'm reading for the quarter. You can read along with it. You can put comments in that post over on Ko-fi and talk about the book if you want, as long as, again, you tag spoilers as always. Or if you've already read it, you can tell me how much you loved it on the post announcing the book, and then video will come afterwards. So that's how that's going to function and run. Because I do enjoy that series, and I have found lots of amazing authors, and some I've also met. So I do want to continue to do that. I also joined a book club-ish on Discord for Latin books and authors. So some of that might get tied together. No promises, but yes. Streaming. I will continue to stream twice a week on YouTube. Twitch is still going to be dead. Twitch is only going to be something for if I'm doing something with other people and it's just going to be easier for me to be on Twitch, then I will do Twitch. But I'm moving more and more away from even that. So we'll see what Twitch does. But YouTube, I will still be streaming on YouTube. I will be doing 2 streams a month, or not a month, a week, where we're doing the writing stream on Mondays and then the game stream on Fridays, with the flexibility of, do I need a break from writing, or my life is going hectic, and I need a mental escape? We'll do an extra gaming stream on Monday instead of a writing one. Am I behind on deadlines and I need to get something done? Then we'll do an extra writing stream on Friday instead of a gaming stream. That's, always the caveat to that. This month is going to be that. I really want to get book 2 done. So, I already planned for the Friday that I'm filming this on will be my last game stream for this month, as well as the first, but, the last, and I will be doing writing sprints for the rest of the month till I finish the book. Unless I need a break. So there's that. I will be trying to do more long plays, in the sense of they're going to function just like streams. I will be talking to you, interacting to you. Obviously, I won't be live, but I will be recording myself playing and then posting it with very minimal edits. It will be like I'm streaming if you're rewatching like a VOD. Okay, context. My mic died, so we're gonna just really quick wrap this up. I was talking about long plays. They'll be like VODs. That's going to continue. We will be playing really only Sims 4 to finish or keep going with the 100 baby, Cult 100 baby challenge, Hardcore Minecraft, and Palia, and then Spirit City for sprints. And I will be having an extra Minecraft thing with somebody else. That's what the secret project is. And I just need to nail some stuff down with my partner with that. And that is the only games we're going to be playing. Now, social media wise, I will be trying to keep posting Hungry Desire every other week. So on the opposite week, the chapter will be posting. Then by summer, if everything is going the way I'm hoping, I will then start posting for Project Blasphmay to ramp up for the hopeful publication in the Q4. So I also have on here that I kind of added last minute, but possibly posting some poem clips, like little snippets out of my poems over on Instagram. It won't be where I'm reading them like I did last time. This will just be clips. So, because it takes a long time to do the read-throughs, honestly. At least for me, it does. It's just another time energy suck that I don't have with school. And with school happening, that might alter streams as well, because I may have to go down to once a week, or I may pop in random streams where I need to study for something or do work, and I want people with me, and I might pop up a like study with me kind of stream instead, where there's sprints so that I'm studying with friends. So there could also be that. And that's really it for my goals. The one thing that I guess two things I will be starting this year, once I set them up, will be that I will be publishing a website for Serapia Medill that will be setting up. And then once that sets up, I will be doing a newsletter, a more traditional newsletter for Serapia Medill to tie into Project Blasphemy's publication. And that will be going out probably once a month, like a normal newsletter. And then Dolores' newsletter will still stay on Ko-fi, will still be once a quarter, because really I feel like that's all that there is for that. And it's what I have the energy for, because it makes sense for me to have something that I can then kind of wrap up the quarter for. So there's that. Those are all my goals for the year. And I think they're pretty flexible in regards to the fact that I'm going to be starting school. If you're wanting to support me on anything, I do have links down below. Down below, you'll find the beacon, which is my link tree, down below for Dolores. And there you'll have access to all of the YouTube channels, all of my social media, to Ko-fi, my website, which isn't the greatest, my website also over there. And then you'll also find down there the beacon tree for Serapia, where it will help you go to all my social media, and then also Ko-fi, Ream, Letterpress, and Patreon for Hunger's Desire. If you're wanting to read that, all under some kind of paywall. The first 2-3 chapters, something like that, is for free on all of them. Once I hit 20 chapters published, I will make the first 5 chapters free. That has always been my goal. So that there's a little bit more that you can read to kind of get you into hopefully wanting to read the story. But there is that. So first 3 chapters, I believe, like I said, is free. And yeah, that's it. Except for Ko-fi, there's not a way for me to do that, and I think Letterpress does not function that way either. I can't remember what I did for that, but the other ones, that's how that functions. So you can have that down below to read. And when I do start up the newsletter, I'll announce it over on Instagram and most likely on Bream and Patreon and possibly Ko-fi if you're interested in signing up for that. So yeah, if you are also an Authortuber and you want to let me know what your goals are, you can put them down below or link your video so that I can try and watch them, as everyone is posting videos right now. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Hopefully you're interested in watching me try to achieve some of these goals, and you hit all the buttons, the subscribes and likes and things to help me going forward. And yeah, I'm not sure where it cut off again. But thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video, wherever that is. Tell stories and prosper.